Alright guys, welcome back. This is CastArrow and welcome back to the channel, and this is going to be a very interesting video. As we all know, you have Eidolons in Warframe. They are really hard to kill. There's a couple of Warframes you can use. The primary one is Chroma because he's obviously the best. But there are a couple more. You got Titania, which not many people know about or use. It's not very effective, but she can kill the Eidolon. You can also do Mirage. That takes a lot more work than it's worth, and it's a pain in the butt to do, and it's not very fun. But I have devised a fourth way. A way that people haven't really thought about, and I thought would be interesting to show everyone, and maybe it'll become mainstream, maybe it'll just be me. But if we go over to my loadouts, we have this. This is what we're going to be using to kill the Eidolon. We're going to be using Ivara with the Daikyu. So, I'm going to look at Ivara's mod setup first. We have a couple of things. I have two of the Umbra mods. So, the Umbra Vitality is for a little bit of survivability, that way she doesn't get one shot, and the Tower Resistance helps too. But it's also to boost the power strength, as I'll explain in a minute why. Yeah, we have that, and then we're basically going for the least efficiency as you can get, the less efficient, or not, duration, sorry, duration. We want very little duration, because we're going to be using Navigator. Navigator is a very interesting ability. It allows you to take control of object that you shoot. It can't take control of bullets, but it can take control of projectiles, such as arrows, discs, grenades, as such. If you have low duration, you can get the damage growth at the bottom. You can get that all the way up to 8 times per second. So it takes about 2 seconds to charge the ability, which is really nice, versus close to 15 seconds, which takes forever. So you want very low duration. I've had some people tell me otherwise, but I found this is the best way of doing it. We're going to get it for a little bit of efficiency, that way we're not like draining through our energy, and it's actually efficient a little bit. With the lower duration, the way they reworked all the drain abilities, it is going to drain pretty fast, but if you do it the way I do, it shouldn't drain more than 50 to 60 per cast. So, yeah, it'll be pretty easy to manage. Range, not touching it because this ability doesn't matter, and strength. Strength is going to make our damage multiplier go to 15 times the damage of whatever projectile you shoot out of your weapon. 15 times. That is a little bit of an insane amount, but you can go a little higher. This is the best mid-max I could figure out. Obviously, if you got Blind Rage up a little bit, you'd probably do better, but yeah, so this is what we're going to be working with right now. I have Prime Flow just so I have that energy buffer. That way I'm not going to run out of energy, because that sucks when you do. And then we have one augment on here, Piercing Navigator. So when I was talking with my buddies, we were trying to decide on whether to use Empowered Quiver or that one. So Empowered Quiver basically makes it to where you're doing a lot more damage when you're on the dash wire. Helps a lot when you're on the dash wire, but it wasn't doing enough damage for my weapon. If you use like a Rubico or something, it actually might do pretty good. But for the bow use, because I love bows, we're going to be using the Piercing Navigator, which every time you hit an enemy, it adds 10% base critical chance to a weapon, going up to 50%. That can easily get you red crits. Easily get you red crits. My Daikyu, we'll go over to that now. The Daikyu has 50% critical chance. So we should be hitting yellow crits every other shot, sometimes. But when you have that, it makes it to where it hits it orange crits if you charge it up all the way, which you won't be. What you'll be doing is a little bit of a bug or glitch or feature, I don't know, but when you hit the limb with that on there, it boosts the damage by just enough to kill the limb. I don't know why, but it kills it pretty consistently with that on there. Without it, it doesn't. I don't know why, but you're probably wondering what's up with this mod set. Well, we're trying to boost our damage to the Daikyu. The Daikyu doesn't really have enough damage output or critical chance or critical damage to be killing Eidolons, kind of like the Rubico and all that, so that's why it's never been used. But it has a mod that no other weapon has. So we all know about the Bane mods, how you can do like a gas Bane build and you can kill like level 150s, 160s with one shot, and you can kill a whole crowd. But there's no Banes for Eidolons. And not yet, at least. And I noticed that we have spring-loaded Boarhead. Looks pretty mediocre. Increased damage by 40% if the target is over 15 meters away. It's nice. I thought it added 40% damage, or just added 40%, kind of like heavy caliber and serration and all that. But no, it's a Bane mod, so it calculates 40% of all the total damage, not your base damage. So it's like a Bane mod. It adds damage after the arrow is shot. So it's very powerful, and then you guys are wondering what my Riven is. So you don't need this Riven, but it's helpful for the Daikyu because it is a sniper bow, and the arrows are very fast. So I have a negative flight speed Riven that has a pretty good damage and heat on there as an added bonus, but it helps control the arrow a lot easier. You don't have to have it. I'm working on getting a similar mod that doesn't have projectile flight speed, but it's really helpful if you're using this for anything, really. It just helps a lot. There's not a lot of these out there. I spent probably close to 3 months trying to find one of these. 3 months. So, yeah, there's not a lot of these out there. But all this put together is an Eidolon killer. I've tested it consistently, and it can kill a Terror List. It can't do Tridolons. I've tried to figure out how to get it to do it, unless you get some kind of godly Riven that is spectacular and, like, amazing. I don't know. It can two-shot the second one, but it can't. It has such a hard time killing it. I don't know why. But maybe there's other projectile weapons that people will use to do this, because 15 times damage multiplier is kind of high. A lot higher than Chroma. Chroma adds about close to a 10 times. Alright guys, we're back, and we're in the plains of Eidolon. It's currently raining in daytime, but I'm going to demonstrate how to use this ability while we have about 2 minutes until nighttime. So I'm going to demonstrate real quick. So we're going to get some energy. Okay. So your navigator is your second ability. You can activate it, and it'll stay active for as long as you aren't in a nullifier bubble, get knocked down, or go into the void, or whatever you want to call it, the dead space, where you get sent back to the nearest spot where you're standing. But it will stay active for just about forever. And when you fire your projectile, you take control of it. You can see yourself, and you can defend yourself while you're doing this. As you can see, you're invisible while you do it. But it only lasts for so long with that much energy. Whenever you use the ability, you have to right-click it to get the bonus damage, the bonus 15 times damage. When you do that, let's get one more. You're flying and you right-click. Basically doubles your speed. It's kind of hard to control it, so make sure you get lined up before you do that. But it's pretty easy once you get used to it. But we'll see if we can find some enemies real quick to try it on. And there are the sirens. Alright, we're gonna use it on these guys over here while we wait for the Eidolon spawn. It's gonna be about another minute. Okay, so you basically line up and you just kill them. That's basically what's gonna be happening to the Eidolon. We're just gonna line it up and we're gonna kill them. But yeah, we're going to be right back. I'm going to cut to whenever I get prepared to kill the limb, because no one wants to watch me chew away at the shield. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, we are ready to kill the Eidolon. So, a couple of things before we hurt him. So there is a chance with the Daikyu, with the certain Riven I have, there's not enough crit chance on the Riven, so sometimes it doesn't crit, and it doesn't get, it doesn't kill it when it's supposed to. You can easily reshoot, or you can do a little something of charging up your augment that you put on your Daikyu, or not Daikyu, Ivara, to get it to where it will one-shot, because you'll get the base crit chance up to 20. Easiest way of doing that. Get a little bit more energy. Okay. Shoot. Find one of these little guys. Hit him, and then find your limb.
Energy spike. I advise.
And then you pop it. If you want to guarantee that that one shot. If you're doing quick ones, you can pop them really quick off right after the other, as I'll show you in the next one. Maybe we'll one shot it, maybe we won't. Hopefully we won't, so I can show you how to prevent this. But there's lots of different ways. You can also pass through one of his limbs and it'll count as hitting those little guys, but his limbs move too fast and they're sometimes annoying to hit. But there's lots of different ways you can do it, but that augment helps scale your damage. If you have a Riven, kind of like mine, but has crit chance on it too, that'll boost your crit chance with that augment, because it adds base crit chance. So if you get it maxed up to 50%, the Daikyu will have 70% crit, and then you'll have your 150%, which is close to, I think it's like 185 or something like that. And then if you have another one, you can easily get to, give it one that goes over 150, you can easily get to 300% and get red crits every single time. But you have to find something that's similar to mine if you want to be doing that kind of damage. So yeah, it's up to you on how much effort you want to put in. Like I said, this is guaranteed for the Terrorist. You can try and kill the other ones, but I wouldn't recommend unless you get a better Riven that has crit chance on there to boost that. So when you hit the limb, you get a bonus 10% base whenever you hit. So you get what is it? So it's at 50. You would get probably 60 or you probably get 70% crit. Yeah. So you get 70% crit, which is a lot higher, but hitting 2 almost guarantees 3 you can't not, but you also have to worry about the punch through too, because these arrows don't have infinite punch through, so you have to worry about that. But yeah, it's pretty fun. These little guys are bugging me. But there's a lot that mod allows you to scale really easily, like, yeah, almost effortlessly. So yeah, I would recommend doing that. It has, so why I say it's better than Chroma is because there's no prep time. So as you saw, we didn't kill in one hit. You can easily just go, hit it again, and pop it.
I advise falling
Like
back.
that. If you have non-negative flight speed, you can do it a lot faster, and if you have a team, yeah. But if it doesn't crit, you can keep popping it over and over again, kind of like a Rubico. But it's entirely up to you on how you want to do it. But I would recommend doing this. This is a different way of killing Eidolons. I definitely love it because it uses bows, and I love my Daikyu. Yeah, Daikyu's my most used weapon. But it's a very fun way of doing this. It's a different way than we have been, because every other way it's been snipers mainly. You just get a sniper with high crit chance and high damage, and you go ham with chroma, and I don't like that. I don't like having one way of doing something. I like coming up with my own ways, and I figured this is probably really good at doing this. So if you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't like, dislike, I don't care. But let me know down in the comments if you guys have a better way of doing this. I will definitely listen to you if you have a better way, because there's always a better way. But yeah, if you liked it, like it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.